Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for January 7th. Currently looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This particular pair closed above previous resistance and is starting to move higher with a bias to the upside. Definitely look for this pair to possibly go as high as 93.89, possibly as low as 91.54. Look for some resistance around 93.75 and look for some support around 92.72. Okay, now let's take a look at the Euro-USD pair. This pair moved lower. It is moving sideways with a bias that is sideways. Look for it to potentially go as high as 145.15, possibly as low as 142.31. Look for some resistance around 144.17 and look for some support around 142.50. Okay, now the pound US dollar pair. This particular pair closed lower. It is moving sideways. We are looking for this pair to potentially go as high as 161.46, possibly as low as 158.02. Overall, look for this pair to hit some resistance around the 160.50 area and look for some support around 158.94. Okay, now looking at the US Swiss, this particular pair closed higher today. We are looking for this pair to potentially go as high as 10432, possibly as low as 10195. Look for some resistance around 10380 and look for some support around 10225. Okay, well that pretty much wraps that part up with the charts. We do have news announcements for tomorrow. We have the Euro releasing their GDP at 5 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus is that on a monthly time frame they're holding at 0.4%. Year to date, a negative 4.1%. They're also releasing their unemployment rate at the same time, 5 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on that is that it has jumped from 9.8% to 9.9%. Overall, if this goes higher, we could have the euro move lower on that news. Now, we also have the Canadian dollar releasing their change in unemployment, or employment rather, at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus on this is that they've gone from 79.1K to 20K. It's a fairly significant jump, so definitely keep an eye on the Canadian dollar. Now, the U.S. dollar has the non-farm payroll being released tomorrow for December at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Consensus is things have gone from negative 11K to 0K. Definitely one of the top news announcements out there, so make sure to pay attention to it. Now, let's take a look at the Euro-USD on the 4-hour time frame. Back out just a little bit. We have an interesting trend line here. Now that's a little bit off. See if we can fix that. Well, it just doesn't want to stay. There we go. It's a little bit better. Let me zoom back in. So we have a trend line that's over 1-2 sessions that we could possibly look at. And if you notice here, we have an interesting thing developing. We have an inside bar, and then we have another inside bar. So we have an inside bar here and an inside bar here. Looks like it's broken or right at, come down and tag the low of this inside bar, which is where you could look to sell, but we do have this trend line to be concerned with. So let's go ahead and back out a little bit. That may be too much. There we go. So a good place to take a look at potential exits if you're going to take a short on this breakout would be these two lines, and eventually if it moves low enough down to here, and you can continue to track this on down. So basically you can look for a sell. Let's bring that back up. Basically look for a sell at the break of our trend line. Come down here, you'd want to move to break even, or if you're just scalping, you'd exit at that point. And each time it trails down a little bit more, you need to you can move your stop loss into profit. If it pulls back against us, at that point you're in profit, so it's not that big of a deal. However, if it doesn't and continues to move lower, you're able to lock in profit. That's about 16 pips, 26, 40, and then on down to around 60 pips. I do believe this will break to the downside over the next couple hours, so definitely keep this in mind. Well, that pretty much sums it up for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.